Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery, or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. You know, like the doubles landscape better than anyone. Can you talk through, the nuances of what made Bob and Mike so special, so effective, and so good for so long?
Well, it's everything. It's their technique, their commitment to doubles, first of all, because I think Bob could have had a singles career, but he committed to the doubles with Mike. And I've watched them practice, and I was astonished at the level of intensity they had in practices. And they would do the same drills over and over. It was no accident that they could reflex these balls and poach and time the ball so well, because they did it so well in practice. And their commitment to the game. And they really were the first team that really specialized in just playing doubles at that level. And they took it to a whole new level because of that, because they really committed to it. And, of course, they have the ability, the size, and all of that. And then the lefty-righty combination. But the work they put in, it's no accident they're the greatest team that ever played.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. I mean, I got to see front row. They were my Davis Cup teammates. And the commitment to their craft.
Yep. Exactly.
Is something that I don't care if you're a tennis player, I don't care if you have any other job. Their commitment to their craft is borderline the most that I've ever seen up close with what you're saying, with the drills and whatever else. And I also imagine, as we shift gears to Maria Sharapova, as someone who took risks in their life to become a player and then build that foundation for the rest of us yahoos to come through and benefit from, it has to be nice to do what you did in your career, to create that foundation for professional tennis, and then have someone come in who you never, ever had to question if they were going to be 100% committed and give effort to a match. That has to, feel good as someone who kind of paved the way for a lot of these champions.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what makes champions. They give their best no matter what, and they're willing to lay it out on the line, and that's what hurts. I think that's why people sometimes don't get all they have, because when you lose, it hurts less, so you can say, oh, I didn't really care, or whatever. But when you really commit and you put everything into it, and then you lose still, it hurts like hell. But then you try to learn from it, and that commitment, you never question it with all the champions, really. They have it. They'd rather not be anywhere else. This is exactly where they want to be, and they will do whatever it takes fairly to win the match. And but they've done the preparation. I think the commitment is in the practice sessions, right? If you put in the work in practice, then when you're playing the match, of course you're going to give it everything you got, because you worked your ass off to get here. So you're not going to just say, I don't feel like playing today. But you still see it from some players, and that's why they might have the ability, but they don't have the mindset. So that the champion's mindset, I think you can improve it, you can support it, but you can't create it. It needs to come from within. And Maria definitely had that from day one.
Yep. Say more about that, because we've spoken. You've a lot of interesting things to say about aging gracefully. But one point I think you make that people don't necessarily get, maybe you can expound upon that, is in some ways, the longer you get on in your career, the more pressure you feel, the more prone you are in tennis terms to choking. And I think that's something that's completely lost on a lot of people, not just in tennis. Say more about that.
No, I've always laughed when they say, oh, that rookie, how do they handle the pressure so well? I'm like, are you kidding me? You're clueless.
I fully agree. I fully agree with you.
It's all the performers, whether actors, actresses, singers, athletes, they all get more nervous as they get older. And that's because it means more, and you also, I think, know what all could go wrong.
You understand.
But you love it, and you appreciate it. My first Wimbledon, I was like, yeah, I'm here. My first Wimbledon final. I was, oh my God, this is so great. I'm actually where I wanted to be all my life. My last Wimbledon final, and I played well, I ended up winning. My last Wimbledon final, I was scared that I couldn't take the racket out of the bag.
Was that against Conchita?
Against Conchita. I was like so nervous. So nervous.
Really?
Oh my God.
You won 9 singles titles.
Exactly. So, but I knew that was my last one. But even if I didn't know it was my last one, it was like, you just stress so much more. At that. I mean, you got more nervous when you got older.
Totally.
So why are you surprised about me getting
just
more nervous?
because I didn't win Wimbledon 9 times, Martina. Like, that's why. Obviously. Because I thought I might not win one. And tragic story. But it is weird because you actually know, like I always say, I think expectation is one of the hardest things in sports, right? And even if you don't, and then it creeps into your mind, even if, like against Conchita, you weren't certain that was your last Wimbledon final, but you were probably certain during your first couple that wasn't going to be your last Wimbledon final. Right. And that matters, right?
Yeah, but I think that's what takes the pressure off. You have your whole career ahead of you, so you got 10, 15 Wimbledons to play, so you're not feeling stressed about it. And again, you're just excited about being there. You've dreamt about it, and now you're here, and you want to show everybody how well you can play. And at the end of your career, you're like terrified that people say, "Oh, she should have quit 5 years ago."
One thing that I was asked 3 weeks ago, as this show grows a little bit, and someone said, "Who's your dream guest? Like, what's your dream show?" And you're part of it, but you're not all of it.
I hope not.
I am so no. You would be more than enough.
Who else did you pick?
No, it would be you and Chrissy.
Oh, okay.
I think so much of, and I'm so fascinated by your friendship. Come from different places, different backgrounds. You play completely different, and yet you all. I was the progression, respect, and then maybe like, and then you're in my way, and then. I'm so obsessed with how your friendship has grown, and now it feels from the outside looking in that it's almost like a sisterhood. I could ask you questions about that for an hour.
Yeah.
But like, comment on Chrissy's impact and like, do you all talk weekly, bi-weekly? Do you not need to talk because you're so close? Is it unspoken?
We call here and there, and we text. Usually we're sending each other tips on what shows to watch on Netflix. She tipped me. So there's that. But yeah, no, we connect, and then we're doing a documentary. Actually, it'll be out hopefully early next year on our relationship and rivalry. But it had all of those aspects of it: the respect, the like, the hate, the rivalry, but most of all, respect that never went away, and empathy. I think we were always very empathetic to the other. So many times when you see our handshake, you don't know who won the match. Because we're both smiling. Actually, I think I smiled more than Chris did when I lost than when she lost.
Would she say the same thing?
But she was great. When I won my first Wimbledon, you would know. Chris was so sweet. It was just overwhelming. She was so happy. She was happy for me, even though she lost. And at the end, if I had to lose to anybody, I'd rather lose to Chris than anybody else. But of course, you still want to win. But we had some ups and downs, and the press was trying to pit us against each other big time, as they do with women often. But we learned how to handle that, and just now we just have nothing but love for each other.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and if I may, if you all are promoting that documentary, I would fly across the world to sit down with the two of you, and I would absolutely love to.
Are you still in Austin?
I'm in Charlotte. I'll be wherever you are. I know. Well, actually, I want to ask you one thing. You just came from Charlotte. You just bought an ownership stake in the female soccer team, the pro soccer team there.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
But it just came out of nowhere. But the Carolina Ascent Football Club, and met some of the athletes yesterday. A very small owner, but an owner, and I think I can add something to the athletes.
Oh, you think
so?
But it's soccer. Well, my first injury, actually, this is quick. My first injury ever was jammed toe from kicking the soccer ball with my this way instead of this way. So I had therapy on that when I was about 10 years old in Czechoslovakia. So the therapy consisted of electric shocks to my toe, and then put the foot in a bowl of hot wax.
You did what?
Hot wax.
Is that a real thing?
It was hot. Yeah.
No, I know. I figured hot wax is hot, but did it work?
Well, I just learned not to kick the ball that way. I think that's why I got better.
I bet you were going to say
But it was my first injury ever.
I learned to play tennis instead.
But it's funny they sent me to therapy.
And won a major 4 weeks before you were 50. So
Oh God, this is
unbelievable.
Anyhow, but yeah, this is a fun endeavor for me, and hopefully I can again add something to the.
Well,
to the
I can't wait to watch
It'll
it.
be fun.
Please let us know when the time comes. I would love to sit down with the two of you.
We'll do that.
at
Well,
some
Chris
point.
is in Boca Raton.
I'll go
I'm
anywhere.
in Miami,
I don't care.
so you'll need to come to Miami.
Great.
Yeah.
Wherever we want to go, we're there.
All right. It's a
Producer
deal.
Michael booked the flights. Martina Navratilova, everybody.
Thank you.
Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.